Hello, hello. Happy Friday, everybody. Thank you all for joining this week's stream. I hope everybody had a great week. Today, I'm going to be presenting you guys with our first product. Super excited to show you what our team has been up to over the past few weeks. This will be our first official demo of this product in public. I want to give you guys a little bit of a background on this product, how we landed on the product, and just a quick overall introduction to what we are about to see. So this first product, we had the opportunity to meet with a personal injury law firm out of here in Miami. It was our first foray into moving from, again, that Fortune 150 segment that we have served faithfully over the past 5 years to now down to a small and medium-sized segment. This first segment that we approached, just through a personal relationship that I'm very grateful for, we were introduced to this law firm. And we took the approach that we have taken over the past years with our previous clients. We understood their operations, tried to see what their technology landscape looked like, and how we can help them. The initial aim was for us to help them just automate their operations. But as we dug deeper, we understood their end-to-end value chain and how it starts. And most personal injury law firms, there's some type of intake process that takes place. This intake process usually takes the look of an email or a phone call, and then that email or phone call goes either to somebody like a receptionist or an intake manager. And really, our main persona here is that intake manager. We heard things such as that the intake manager had to be glued to his seat, barely having any time to go out for lunch or spending time with family. And we thought, look, that's a problem, and that's where we want technology to help. Now, the approach that we took was the following. We first saw that in this current firm, they were using Google Sheets to manage the list of intake conversations that they were having. And they would ask them several questions about the case or potential case that then would be written down manually into this Excel spreadsheet and then handed off to the attorneys. So we saw an opportunity for automation there first, and how to create a place where multiple members of the team could collaborate. Now, this collaboration, again, it was happening in Google Sheets, but as you all know, Google Sheets has the ability to change data. You could put in a number, you could put in a text, you could put in an image in each of the cells. So really the quality of the data is not great. And the collaboration is usually not super, let's call it official or structured. It's difficult to maintain the structure of a Google Sheet, and thankfully Google Sheets solves the problem of version control. But if they would have gone down the rabbit hole of Excel spreadsheets, you would probably have hundreds of Excel spreadsheets flying around the organization with the latest version 2, latest version 2025. We have all experienced that in our work. So the first approach that we took was, okay, let's create a solution for this. How do we go about this? And the first solution was, okay, let's build a web application where we can have a centralized location where good data is kept as the intake manager and the rest of the law firm's team work. We also noticed that most of personal injury law firm products out there don't necessarily have great integration capability. So part of our philosophy was we have to create a mature API that could allow us to then integrate with existing systems, as well as do automations in other existing systems as well. So how do we grab data from this intake product and move it over to, let's say, a case management product, or even creating some reports or communicating with a completely different organization. So it was important for us to take that open API approach, which we have taken in our product. Now, we also wanted to rethink that. There is still a bunch of manual steps that our intake managers would have to take. They would still have to sit down, take the phone call, and type up the answers to the questions that they would have to do to give the potential customer. So then we decided to take the next step, and we said, okay, if we had to rethink this with AI, what would it look like? And of course, everybody's probably thinking, oh, they made an AI agent for this. And not quite. We also understood that, especially when it comes to personal injury claims, the personal touch is extremely important, in particular in this intake process. It is the face of the firm, let's say, and they start getting a feel of what it is to work with a personal injury law firm like the one using our product. So we didn't want to remove the person from the process completely, but rather we wanted to use AI in a way that we removed all the manual processes and we allowed the person to pretty much take the phone calls from wherever. And what we did is we built and we're orchestrating different systems. And again, we're not going to be too technical today. I want to focus on the product itself today. That allows us to pick up a phone call, have a conversation, and not be worried about asking the particular questions, taking notes, and really gives freedom to intake managers to, hey, if they're driving down to the grocery store, they can pick up the phone call, take the phone call, and have the peace of mind that, hey, we have this AI that's helping us capture all this information. We grab the transcripts, and we create a summary and a record in our system based off of that conversation only, without the need to have to type up anything. So that's what I wanted to show you guys today. We don't have an official name for the product just yet. Again, this is a build in public stream. We're very much early. In future streams, we're going to get a little bit more technical, talk about the architecture of the app, how we built it so far, what's our roadmap, and what we're planning to build. Again, this is our first of hopefully many products that we're taking on as we start knocking on many doors and finding big problems to solve and opportunities to to create great experiences. So without further ado, I'm going to be sharing my screen here. So what you will see here, and actually let me log out first so you guys can see the full experience. And again, this is very much very early alpha version. We still have a lot of polishing up to do, but we're well on our way, and I want to give a big shout out to our team for all the hard work that we have done so far. So the first thing is we would be logging in with a code. So we would click here, log in with code, enter an email. In this case, I'm going to be entering my email. It's that classic flow where we receive a code in our email for logging in instead of having to save any passwords or anything like that. So I'll share my email over here super quick. Welcome back. Use this code. Beautiful. We're going to copy that here and paste it over here. And we will be driven back to the application. Now, this application, so far we have a very tiny menu. This is likely to grow as we hear feedback from our end users. And also, I want to use this time to say that we are accepting open, there's an open invitation to accept beta testers for this product. So if you're interested in using our product, don't hesitate to go to legal.nebio.co and click this button and enter your name and email, and we'll be in touch with you. But that was my ad. Let me go back in here. So what we will land in here is latest updates. Again, dashboard will likely be the last feature that we will work in because it's very important for us to give the information to the intake managers that they desire. But you will see here on our menu, we have this area where you can add a new contact. This is the manual flow that I was talking about earlier, where they would have to either, again, have a face-to-face conversation or a phone call where they would type in here the first name, the last name, the email, etc., WhatsApp, ask some particular screening questions on, and let me add this in here. So let's say that we're doing Patrick Starr. I'm just making this up just super quick so I can show you guys the next step. Now, here's where they can then select what type of claim they would like to submit: a medical malpractice, auto, negligence, workers' compensation, or something completely different. And of course, this is fairly simple, self-explanatory form based off of the experience that we've had in the past. Now, we can also end with some case files, uploading any type of PDF, Excel spreadsheet, Word document, etc. And this will be kept in a single record of the contact. Now, after these contacts are saved, they would be saved to this contact list. And again, very simple table for now, where you can sort and filter and search for your particular contact. So this for us solves that first problem of, okay, we're capturing now clean, accurate data in a centralized location where multiple users can collaborate. So you can have several intake managers working on the same data. You can have the attorneys and the intake managers, receptionists, attorneys, intake managers, whomever, working and collaborating on this data. But again, as I mentioned, what I wanted to show today was really, I would say, the features that make this different. And our objective, as you well know from last week, is to free people from life draining work. And typing up a form every time that you have a conversation makes you not pay attention to the person behind the screen. So we wanted to free intake managers from life draining work, that is typing up and capturing data, so that they can focus on their the people that need help in personal injury law firms. So with that, I'm going to ask for the help of Andrew here. I'm going to send him a quick message so that he can give me a call so we can show you guys what it would look like for the product to do the heavy lifting for us. Beautiful. Okay. So you'll see that the product will begin reacting, and I'm hands off over here. Let me put this on speaker. Hello.
Hello. Thank you for calling Nibio Personal Injury Law. Let me get some basic information from you. What's your first name?
My first name is Luke.
And your last name?
Skywalker, though I just found out it might be Vader, but let's just stick with Skywalker for now.
And your email address?
That's red5@newrepublic.net.
Okay, phone number?
That is, well, usually R2D2 beeps people for me, but I guess you can reach me at 555-123-4457.
What's your WhatsApp number?
The same number, but I usually use HoloChat.
Okay, how about your occupation?
So I'm technically a moisture farmer, but I'm also a Jedi apprentice, so you can just put that as my primary occupation.
All right, Mr. Skywalker. Please tell me about your claim.
Okay, so I was doing this training thing on Dagobah with this really cryptic little green master who speaks in riddles, right? And I'm getting these visions about my friends being in trouble on Cloud City, which, by the way, has terrible safety railings. So I fly there in my X-Wing. I had to leave before finishing my training, which Master Yoda was not happy about, but that's besides the point. So I get there and everything seems weird, and my friend Lando, who runs the place, is acting very suspicious. Then I run into this guy in black armor who turns out to be my father, which, by the way, no one told me about. And he's breathing really heavily through this mask, and we start fighting with this laser swords. I mean, I'm doing my best, but I only had like 3 days of proper training, and this guy's been doing it for decades. So we're fighting on this gantry, again, no safety railings, and then he just whoosh, cuts off my hand, clean off, just like that. And then he drops this bomb that he is my father, which feels like it should be a separate lawsuit for emotional distress, honestly. And I'm just hanging there, one-handed on this weather vane thing underneath Cloud City. And
All right. I'm going to have to transfer you directly to Attorney Kenobi, so please hold.
Thank you. Great. So now you'll see that the product is reacting again. We're hands off. We have some technology behind the scenes that is picking up our phone call. And thank you again, Andrew, for that. And behind the scenes, what we're doing is we're capturing the phone call. It was recorded. We use AI to go from voice recording to a good transcript. And then from that transcript, we generate a summary of the details and we pull out all the relevant information for our intake manager. So you'll see here we have, of course, we have a larger data set behind the scenes, but for now we're showing the contact name, the email, the phone, the WhatsApp, and a quick summary of the call. You'll see that there's a potential medical malpractice case involving an incident where the lead, Luke Skywalker, suffered a severe injury, a loss of hand, spoiler alert, during a training session that escalated into a fight. The lead expressed concerns about emotional distress due to the revelation of his father's identity during this incident. Further details about the incident, potential claims need to be clarified. So great, this is a great little summary of the call that could be then sent out to the attorney and everybody in the team for this new contact. And again, this is all saved in our database, and they can be used across the board. You'll see here the new record for Mr. Luke Skywalker. So with that, I wanted to end this stream. In the next weeks, I will be diving a little bit deeper into the technical side of things, as well as a few additional features that we are continuing to work for. The plan for next week is to make this as self-serve as possible, where you can register and log in for the product directly via our site. And again, I want to reiterate, you can join the private beta if you're interested, or if you know a personal injury law firm that could benefit from this particular product. It is completely free for now, as the beta program is ongoing. And really what we're looking for is great feedback from people who have been in the industry for several years. So if you know of anybody, or if you personally would like to play around with this new product that we have, we'd be happy to have you. So with that, thank you team. Thank you all for joining. I hope you guys have